Hi and welcome, Kat from Sacred Soul Rising. So, this is a really 3D question, isn't it? This is really mind and ego, but I want to take you past that. I want to give you the truth of this question because I know that these are the questions, especially if you're early on in the journey, you will be asking. And if you're in that ego, death and dark night of the soul, this will be really on your mind. And so I want to address it, but I want to address it in what the truth of the journey is. So does DM always divine masculine? Remember, whether you're male, female, male, male, female, female, doesn't matter. It's energy. This is one soul having two incarnations. Now, in two bodies, I might add. Does DM always return and confess their love? And the answer to this is, this journey is a journey of the one soul. Now, did divine masculine feel what you felt on that initial connection, whether you were in the physical or you were just online? Yes, they did. But once soul recognition happens, it will look like it was all made up in your head, that you imagined it all. Now, I want to stress here that the people that I'm talking to are people that are on the twin flame journey, which is an awakening journey. So you will know if you're on this journey because you'll have been thrown into dark night of the soul. You'll have had the heart chakra activation. You will have probably felt core wound pain in heart chakra, sacral or solar plexus. And it will have felt painful. Now, there's different levels of the pain. Sometimes it can feel really intensely painful, or it can feel like just a numb, throbbing pain, but you will know what I'm talking about. You'll have had a Kundalini. Now, Kundalinis vary. They work with your energy. Remember, Kundalini is your life force energy. So it might be very, very subtle. It might just show up as big emotions moving through you. It might be very sexual energy that you start to feel. Or it might be just energy moving up through your body that makes you sort of feel like you've got a surge of electricity running up through you. It really varies from person to person, i.e. soul to soul. You will have then been thrown into your awakening. And at this point, you are normally starting to be bombarded by, or you're drawn to more spiritual knowledge and trying to figure out the journey. Now, do they always return? Yes, they do. Do they always confess their love? Well, here's the thing on that. Majority of times, yes, they do. But you lead this connection. So if you are really in crazy energy, pushing onto them, they can't express their true feelings. When you are not in true self, when you are not in sovereignty, when you are not starting to work on yourself and show up for yourself, whatever that may be in any part of your life, then they can't express their truth either. Because you're one energetic system, you work as a tandem. And so I really want to stress to you that you lead this. And they do always come back. The more that you surrender into the journey, the more that you accept the journey, and the more that you hand it over to divine, and you shift out of the pain and realize that this is you stepping in to your sovereign self. You start to detox. You start to bring the focus back to you. You start to live in abundance. You start to live from a heart chakra, and you start to connect deeply with soul instead of ego mind. They cannot but return to you. This is the one soul. And the more that you step out of mind and ego, the more the soul magnetizes itself in. So do they return? Yes, they do. Unless you are in crazy, crazy push energy. But they may return in wonky, I always call it wonky energy. So it might still have you questioning, and it might be some random return where you're like, what was that? Or they might unblock you to then block you again as soon as you go, oh. You see, this journey is asking you to surrender. This journey is getting you to step into sovereignty. And the more you do that, the more that your soul can come back in. They are you. Wherever you're in the story, wherever you're seeing them as separate, wherever you're feeding into them as a separate being to you, then you will keep on looping. When you surrender everything over, that's when they start to rise up. When you start to move into those higher frequencies, they will move in as well. And when you start to share your truth out to the world, and really yourself as well, share your truth to yourself and turn up for yourself, they will also do the same. And that is normally when they start to share, I've always known that we're one, and I've always loved you. And then sometimes they can leave again as you then start to treat it more as a relationship. Remember, this is a connection of the one soul. Whenever you treat it as a relationship, then it creates separation. If you need more help and support, my website's there. Click down in the description. And make sure you turn the notification bell on. I send you much love.